Hello, fellow artists and soon-to-be artist. My name is Ed Killion, and I'm going to be teaching you all the techniques that I use to create amazing digital art. Okay, let's take a look at PowerPoint and get familiar with it. You start out with a blank presentation, and when you first open it up, it's going to have the two text windows open by default. You can go ahead and just cut those. Now, under the Design tab, you go to Slide Size and Custom Slide Size, and it opens up this window. And here's where you'll enter the values for your own piece that you want to use. I'll typically use 36 by 24. The further you go down on the list, the further back that layer is. Now, shadow and reflections, if you go down at the bottom, you can get to the same place, but I generally go to soft edges and down to soft edge options to bring up my format picture pane. Don't generally use that tab. I use this tab a lot. Shadow, reflections, and soft edging, and 3D rotation. Don't use this one that much. I do use this one quite frequently. You got picture corrections. You can sharpen pictures a little bit here. Brightness and control. These are presets. Or you can use the slide bar. Picture color. Presets again on saturation. Color tone. Right here, this is the picture transparency. It wasn't available in the older version, so I kind of like that. Go to Insert tab to Pictures. This is where you'll bring your pictures in. This is my photo library. You're going to want to create this right away. Now, what I'm showing you here is how simple an art piece can be and still look decent. They don't all have to be complicated, so I'm just quickly grabbing 2 or 3 photos from my library to show you just how simple you can do this. You don't have to have dozens of layers to create a good piece. All right, let me practice what I preach, so let me go ahead and label these 2. Right now the sky is on the top layer, so I just put it underneath, dragged it, grabbed it and dragged it. I blended two pictures or cutouts of oceans and blended them together to create one ocean. So here's how you turn it off. Click on File, go down to Options, uncheck, then click OK. That's it. I'm going to move this layer down in between the sky and the beach. Color-wise, that's a pretty good matching. Ocean and then the waves and beach. Now I have to bring the sky up to match. And now I have to put a reflection on that sky, casting onto the water to look realistic. Picture effects, soft edges. Brings up my format picture pane. See how that soft edging, it works so well blending pictures together. Okay, let's do that sky reflection now. Now we're not seeing that reflection because I didn't choose the correct layer. There's the reflection, it's on the bottom layer. We need to bring that bottom layer to the top. It's hidden in the back, so we'll bring it right there. But it's too much. So we're gonna mess with it a little bit and get it right. So we're gonna mess with it a little bit and get it right. Take some of the harshness down with the transparency is one way of doing it. Distance needs to be all the way back so it's tight against the horizon. Size will bring it down and bring it back into perspective. I didn't really need it stretching all the way to the beach, so I brought it back just into that ocean area, into that deep ocean area. Blurring helps. It does make it look more realistic. I really like this horse. When I trimmed it out, the feet were in the mud a little bit. So so I wasn't able to get really clean hooves, so I'm going to use that in the foam of the water and kind of hide that. But see how that shadow now is too far away from the horse? We need to crop that closer to the feet. So you go to crop and top, and see it brought it much tighter, brought it right to the hooves. Manipulating the transparency will give it a more realistic shadow look based on the amount of sunlight. Now this is in PowerPoint. I'm going to show you how to do this in GIMP, using GIMP as a canvas for a simple piece like this. So I personally use formatting picture and will manipulate the various layers or pictures within this piece to try to establish some sort of uniformity of saturation, intensity, and so forth before I actually call it good and take it as one piece over into my manipulation software for color enhancement and so forth. Trying to get that uniformity from all the pictures that I bring in here so they look like really colorful and another one look dull. So that's why I manipulated the sky coloring to try to give it balance, if you will, to the various layers that I brought in. All right. Those are my art pieces. This is one I call Asian. This was either the first or second piece I've ever done. Sometimes I'll duplicate a slide, so I'm protecting the original in case I start doing something that is totally different or I don't like and I just want to delete it. Now you can see from the ruler edge the pictures I have used. Some of them were just soft edged, they weren't even trimmed up. This piece was created years ago when I was just learning the softwares.